In Blake Lively's amended complaint, Blake Lively mentions that there are two other unnamed actresses from the set of It Ends With Us that can corroborate the same story, basically saying that Justin Baldoni is a very, very bad man. But did Hollywood Reporter just expose their names?
Pascal, you are now rocking with that dude Pascal.
What's up? Yes, guys, I'm not kidding. Blake Lively did put out an amended complaint basically stating that there were two other actresses that were unnamed. By the way, that's very important to hear this, that they were unnamed in this complaint that could corroborate her story, basically saying that they are also not only a witness to Justin Baldoni's, I guess, a bad environment, toxic work environment on the set of It Ends With Us, but also that they are victims as well. Now, I'm assuming that the complaints that we saw a couple days ago or last week or so that we've all been talking about, the whole internets has been talking about, I'm assuming that those complaints that I feel are fake as hell are that she is speaking of in this amended complaint. But those names are never mentioned and those complaints are never filed in the freaking complaint, which is very, very interesting. But now Hollywood Reporter is now exposing the names of the two actresses. I guess they're, and what's really interesting about this, I feel like Blake Lively told a source to expose the names because of how everybody's reacting to this amended complaint. The fact that there is no evidence. I mean, even Brian Friedman, Justin Baldoni's lawyers, basically saying like, hey, you got nothing here. There's no timeline. There's no breadcrumbs. There's nothing. You gave us nothing thus far. So where is the evidence? Where's this smoking gun evidence? And I feel that she spoke to some sort of friend or just went to somebody and said, release the names. That's what I think. Just so she can get back, try, I guess, to get back on the good side of the court of public opinion. Hold on. I'll explain everything in just a minute because it just doesn't make any sense. So remember, a amended complaint came out just a little bit ago, late Tuesday night. Everybody's been combing through it, obviously analyzing the F out of it, trying to figure things out and trying to understand what this amended complaint is all about, which, by the way, nothing new is in it really, except for these new names or these new actresses being mentioned. And there's a few things, but nothing great, nothing smoking gun. Okay. So let's get into this. Okay. And I do believe sums up here, and I think it's by the hand. She moved her hand. Blake Lively moved her hand. We're going to talk about it. I just said it earlier, but we're going to talk about it here in a second, okay? So Blake Lively's legal battle with her It Ends With Us director and co-star took a turn late Tuesday night when she filed an amended complaint alleging that two other actresses on the set of the film are prepared to testify as to their own uncomfortable experiences with Justin Baldoni or with Wayfarer's Studios partner, Jamie Heath. Now, remember, these are two actresses that were not named. They were basically Jane Does, for crying out loud, okay? They were not in there at all for various reasons, right? The suit does not name the actresses, quote, directly from their texts or include screenshots out of concern that they may be exposed to the same sort of attacks and threats that Lively and her husband claim they have endured, okay, along with others associated with the ongoing saga. So again, she says there's two people, but I can't show you anything because it might expose their names and everything. But guess what? They still put out the names, which is weird. Take a look at this. Sources indicate the two women are actresses Jenny Slate and Isabela Ferrer, I guess is her last name, who could not immediately be reached for comment. Yeah, they're not going to talk because they're supposed to be anonymous. Dagnabbit. But I guarantee you, Blake Lively felt like she was forced to move her hand, to make a move in the court of public opinion because of how everybody's reacting to her amended complaint. I said it. I said it. I don't know why I did the doodly doos, but yes, okay. That's what I believe. I truly, truly believe, okay, that she said, just go ahead and release the names. Because everyone's going, well, you didn't say their names. You didn't put out any text messages, no screenshots, no nothing, because you're worried about their names being dragged through the mud. But now their names are getting exposed by a source. A little bit weird, right? Timely, if you really think about it. Just on beat. Just a little bit on beat, don't you think? Quite a coincidence. Moving on, though. So Jenny Slate, okay, and Isabela Ferrer. Those are the two names that now have been exposed by a source. And clearly this source, I believe, is close with Blake Lively and was told to leak this information, okay? Slate is a veteran comic and actress known for roles in Parks and Recreation, Everything Everywhere All at Once. Ferrer is a newcomer to the industry and was only around 23 at the time of the filming when she played the younger version of Lively's character. Okay, cool. Importantly, however, these victim/witnesses have given Lively permission to share their communications in the amended complaint as they are laid out. And they will testify and produce documents in the discovery process. So this is what the spokesperson for Lively is saying, that they're going to produce all that stuff then. Okay, they're willing to go sit in, go to the stand, testify for them, for Lively, I mean, okay, and produce documents and all that other stuff. But for right now, like I said earlier, like it says right here, okay, they did not name the actresses, quote directly from their text, or include screenshots out of concern that they would be exposed in some sort of retaliation, okay, for being, I guess, Team Blake, okay, Team Balake, which is weird, okay, because at the end of the day, wasn't Jennifer Slate down for the cause before? So why would she not want to be down and be out here speaking out on it? I don't know Isabela Ferrer, okay, but I've seen Jenny Slate in other movies and other TV shows. Seems like a lovely actress, a lovely person. I don't know her from a can of paint, but from my understanding, I thought she was like standing, side by side with Blake. So why would she want to hide behind it? Then on top of it, like I said, none of the information that could back up their claims, meaning like no emails, no text messages, no nothing. Like I said, I hate to keep hovering back to this paragraph right here, okay? But my mouse is losing his mind. But you see what I'm saying here, okay? They're not quoting directly from them. They're not naming their names. They're not even including screenshots, but we're just supposed to take their word for it now, especially after everything that's been displayed, everything that's been exposed and shown and distributed by Justin Baldoni's team. Real talk, it just doesn't make any sense, okay? So these women are willing to step forward in depositions, testify, bring in all the receipts, and expose Justin Baldoni, okay? Now, here's the piece. First off, here's the piece I want to share, okay? And I feel like this is the moment. And I talked about it in just the most previous video I put up this morning, okay? I feel like this happened, this whole exposing, this leaking of these two names, I think it came out solely because of the reaction that people are talking about. The reaction from Justin Baldoni's lawyer, Brian Friedman. So take a look at this. So after checking out the revised lawsuit, okay, he said, quote unquote, it is filled with unsubstantial hearsay and unnamed persons who are clearly no longer willing to come forward or publicly support her claims. This part, I think, my mouse is losing its mind. But you see this highlighted area right here, filled with substantial hearsay. That right there, I feel, and there's more, but I feel like this was the moment where Blake Lively was like, oh yeah, Brian Friedman? Oh yeah? Oh, I'm going to release the names then. My source, release them names, release the hounds. You see what I'm saying? I feel like she was motivated. And this is not just somebody out here freely saying and exposing the names. I really think she gave somebody the thumbs up because she feels like, well, he might have a point. Damn. Now the court of public opinion is really, really up to bat. Really batting for team Justin Baldoni right now. I need them to get back on my side. So get the names out. But moving on, what he says, since documents do not lie and people do, the upcoming depositions of those who initially supported Miss Lively's false claims and those who are witnesses to her own behavior will be very enlightening. I'm sorry. It's just will be enlightening. And I just had to put in very, because I feel some type of way about this move. Okay. But what is truly uncomfortable here is Miss Lively's lack of actual evidence. Boom. Sorry. Got to hit the button again. So what I truly believe is that she said, oh yeah, mother effer. Okay, Bri. You say I don't got no evidence? Source, release the names. Go ahead and release them names. That's what I truly believe is what happened here. And that's why we're getting this now from the Hollywood Reporter, which is very interesting because at the same time, here's the thing. Of course, the witnesses are staying anonymous. They're terrified of threats and attacks. That's what's very interesting. Of course, they're staying, the witnesses are staying anonymous. Are we sure about that? Like this source that named Jenny Slate and Isabela Ferrer. Are they just making up names for the sake of just making up names? Or are these actually the witnesses, the victims of Justin Baldoni's bad behavior? That's the question, because it still doesn't make any sense to me that this would suddenly be here. Okay. So he says she has people to corroborate the complaints against Justin Baldoni, while JB and his team want to reveal their names. There's one reason they aren't. They're terrified of receiving the same treatment as the A-list couple. Well, let's just keep it a bean. What's going on and the reaction from the court of public opinion right now on Ryan Reynolds and Blake Lively is absolutely warranted, justifiably warranted, because they're out here making jokes of the situation. They're not taking it seriously at all. They say one thing, they do something completely different. I'm just saying. And then when you say, oh, we're keeping them anonymous because they're scared of getting attacked, they're scared of getting threats, but then you got a source out here close to Lively putting the names out here. It's not the greatest look, guys. It is not the greatest look. To me, I think she leaked this information to get the side eyes and the snickers, okay? Because people are snickering, literally snickering at her amended complaint because they're like, yo, this is really. But like, really, that's what's going on right now. They're all side-eyeing the amended complaint. And she's kind of like, well, I feel that she's like, I need to get out here with, on top. So release those names. That's what I truly believe. But I could be wrong. My theory could be absolutely wrong, but it's very interesting that a source close to Lively pulls out these names. And now Jenny and Isabela, Jenny and Isabela going to have some serious explaining to do now. And I'm sure they're like, man, what'd you see? I don't want nothing to do with this, man. Watch as they start to bow out, or they stay there and they die on this hill. We'll see what happens. We will definitely see what happens. But what say you guys? Comment down below. Let me know what your thoughts are. This is very interesting. But as you can see, we're hearing, Blake Lively and Ryan Reynolds, they'll sit there and say, oh, we're so anxious and we're so depressed about everything. We can't go out. But then seconds later, they're out in tuxedos and ball gowns, right? Then it's like, oh no, we would never expose their names. They're worried about retaliation and getting in trouble. And then seconds later, they're getting their name, the two witnesses, the two other victims' names being exposed at just now. Like I said, I don't know if we can really take them at face value and take what they say seriously, because it seems like it just more and more BS keeps on coming out of these two people. Okay, mainly Blake Lively, but we'll see what happens. You never know. This could just be a really jacked up rumor, but it's very interesting that this is happening right now, right after the amended complaint came out, and Brian Friedman goes, "You got no evidence, girl. This is nothing." It's very interesting indeed. Anyway, guys, comment down below. Let me know what your thoughts are. Hit that like button down below. Crush that subscribe button, and I'll be talking to you guys very soon. Be good to yourselves. Be good to one another. This is the Pascal Show. Bye.
Pascal. You are now rocking with that dude Pascal. We be going wild.